I created this YouTube account on December 3, 2011. That doesn't mean I've been making videos since then. No, I've been making videos since I was very young, perhaps 4. This is my 100th video on YouTube and I've been saving something special for this one. So I'm going to tell you my story and explain to you why I'm doing what I'm currently doing on the internet. My parents borrowed some kind of VHS-C camcorder from my grandmother and they had been filming our family and adventures. My family was just using it to keep videos as souvenirs. I've been playing video games since I was 3 years old, and the very first console I ever played was the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and the very first game I've ever played was Super Mario World. At that time, it was my only interest. I also really liked movies because I was always watching the same ones repeatedly. I was always like, how do they make movies? Are they based on true stories? When I was in a daycare, that's when I learned how to play music. I was still 3 years of age and I couldn't play the instruments very well. I played violin, piano, and possibly recorder. When it was time for me to go to primary school, I took piano lessons and I've been learning how to play guitar and xylophone. I used to play in front of my parents in the gymnasium, but since I was mostly playing boring songs, I lost interest in music for a while. After the SNES, I have moved on to the Nintendo 64. By that time, my favorite game was Super Smash Bros, and it was originally Star Fox 64. My brother broke the Super Nintendo and I bought another console called the GameCube. I was always playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. One day, my brother also broke the VHS-C camcorder and we weren't able to make videos anymore, so video games were all that's left and all hope was lost. A couple of years later, my parents bought a digital camera called a Kodak EasyShare 1 digital camera, and I was able to make videos again, so I was back to business with videos. In 2007, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock came out and my stepbrother showed it to me. I bought a copy of it for my personal computer and I've been playing these series ever since, but I don't play Guitar Hero anymore. My brother invited a friend over, we picked up our guitar controllers and we've been making videos about us playing music. I plugged in a radio with some Guitar Hero 3 soundtrack and we played along with the songs. When I was 11 years old, my brother invited a friend and her brother came over as well. He and I used to be enemies at school, but once he stepped inside my basement, he saw my very first guitar, which was kind of a Squier Stratocaster, and wanted us to start a band. I accepted, and that's when he started to play electric guitar and I started playing drums. It was a small kit, but it was still fine. Since then, I was really a big fan of music, and I got my interest in music back. I found out that my brother doesn't have any dexterous moves to play bass guitar, so I decided to learn how to play bass. I took bass lessons and I've been increasing my skills on 2 instruments. I also had a Yamaha PS20 keyboard and some percussion, so I was concentrating on 4 instruments at the same time. We were still doing those music videos and I've been interested in acting, so I wanted to make a movie with some friends, but we gave up on it because we didn't have the required material. After the NGC, I bought a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3. I still couldn't live without Nintendo, so I bought a Wii. I used to be influenced by a PS3 fanboy, so I became a PlayStation fanboy myself. After an epiphany that both systems have what the other doesn't, I started to like the Xbox as well. Later, my friend moved out far away from my residence. We broke up our band, but I didn't want to give up on music, so I decided to play electric guitar. On July 31, 2011, my friend Cody invited over Max and I, and we decided to make a video because we were bored. In fact, the very first video I uploaded on YouTube was F'd Up Kaiju Battle. It used to be on a channel called The Gojira Stupid Show, but later, because Cody and I set up a series called Godzilla Ultimate Daikaiju Battle, we had to make a new channel to keep those videos. The Gojira Stupid Show used to be my own channel, but I didn't want to exclusively upload things that are related to strange beasts, so I created a new channel for myself. Cody is the one who had the idea of a name, and I thank him for that. I received a new Nintendo 64, I started playing some more Super Smash Bros, and I wanted to record myself playing, but the problem was that I didn't have the fundamental equipment to record my television screen. I joined Roblox the same year and I decided to record myself playing. I gained subscribers on YouTube thanks to all of those Roblox videos I've been making since then. I joined Steam in 2012 and I mostly play Team Fortress 2. As I became a teenager, I developed a shyness and I wasn't able to act in front of the camera or talk to others anymore. My friend Jeremy wanted to make a movie with me, but we weren't prepared and I was always laughing in every shot of the movie, so I gave up on acting. I just can't act, but I still like to voice act. I learned how to use software like Sony Vegas Pro since I was 13 years old, and by this time I got interested in editing, and I've been gaining experience every time I make a video. I try to make animations, but it's too arduous for me, and it appears that talented animators use motion capture, and I know it would take a serious budget, so I don't really want to be an animator. On December 25, 2012, one of the best things in my life happened. I received equipment for a home studio for Christmas. I was now able to record music with my dexterous moves. I used to make music with GarageBand and Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, but now I'm more into reality thanks to this studio. For me, it's all about performing, not about using MIDI files, and that's why I purchased a BK5 backing keyboard to replace those files. With the material I currently own, I now have all the things I need to practice what I want to do in my life. I had to make projects for school, and thanks to my studio, it was a success, and I've been writing screenplays ever since. I consider myself creative, and being an aspiring composer, voice actor, director, editor, and screenwriter may require some creativity. Nowadays, when I want to do something that I don't have the essential skills or equipment for it, I try to collaborate with other people, and that's what we all gotta do in life. Try to socialize with others instead of staying in ignorance and being independent. I try to be good at what I want to be, and I try to appreciate what other people try to be good at. I made mistakes in the past, and I try not to make the same ones again, and especially with video games, because as a kid, it was the only thing I could think of. I know I could face a great future if I think positive and try to have some self-esteem. Thank you for watching, and once again, I hope you'll help me reach my aspirations. This is Goji Games and Proing here, signing out.